YouTube. This is my second video of today. Now, as you guys know, I haven't been on YouTube for a long time. The latest video I done was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Unboxing. I just uploaded my Goodfellas video. Please go and check that out. It explains quite a lot to yeah. Right, talking about classics. I wasn't supposed to show this until my end of the month pickups video, but I kind of have to explain this video. I got this Rocky box set with all 6 movies, and I got it half price. Cash Converters was doing a deal. It was originally £15, but all Blu-rays, including box sets, are half price, so this was $7.50. And I thought to myself, I'm not a big Rocky fan, but it's been here since we moved here in February. So, it's been here for about 9 months? No, 8 months? Probably 8 months. I can't be asked to count. But it's been here since then, and I kept avoiding it. But that was when originally it was only £15. They've had this half-price Blu-ray sale for about a month or 2 now, and I had nothing I wanted to purchase, so I just thought I'd grab this. I traded in some old PS3 games that I didn't play. I got a voucher, and well, not voucher, I got cash. I got this. I'm getting off topic here. I really want to talk about this video for a second. Right, so I had a Rocky-thon the past 2 days where I watched the first 2 in one day, and then I watched the other 4 on another day because I couldn't sleep. Now, a lot of people are going to hate me because my favourite Rocky movie, and I've said it before, was Rocky 5. I don't know why. I grew up in the 90s, and this was the only Rocky I'd ever actually watched in the 90s. So, this was my favourite because it was the only one and first one I'd ever seen. Well, for the first time, well, put it this way, 10 years ago, my brother got the DVD box set off a family member. Now, I thought I'd watched Rocky 1, but I didn't, apparently, because Rocky 1 did not look familiar to me at all. Anything that happened in that film, I had never seen before in my life. 2 and upwards, I'd seen all of them before, and I remembered every single one of them. I could not for the life of me remember anything from number 1, so watching that was like watching it for the first time because I hadn't seen it before. So, my favourite Rocky 5 has, oh my god, where's my list? I've got another list. Has been basically knocked down to my number 3rd favourite. So, I'm going to show you the order. I even changed on Facebook yesterday because I finished Rocky Balboa and I hadn't added that to my list of in the ranks. So I'm going to show you in order of my favourites. People may not agree, but that's my opinion. And I'll explain why these first 2 are my favourites now. So it goes, Rocky is my number 1 favourite out of this franchise. Rocky Balboa is my 2nd favourite. Rocky 5 is my 3rd favourite. Rocky 3, Rocky 4, then Rocky 2. Now, people are probably saying, why Rocky and Rocky Balboa are your favourites, and why is 2 and 3 and 4 towards the later... I'm sorry. Rocky 3 and 4 only has maybe 2 to 3 good moments in it. The rest of it is just montages and bullshit. Rocky and Rocky Balboa, and this is purely opinion based, so anyone with a different opinion, fine, but this is my opinion. The reason why Rocky and Rocky Balboa are the best Rocky movies in the franchise is because he loses. And I know that sounds stupid, but to me that's perfect. In number 1, Rocky does all 15 rounds with Apollo Creed, and he's still standing. Even though he loses, He's still standing. He didn't do it to win. He just did it to prove he could. You know, winning was a bonus, but he wanted to prove he wasn't just a street fighter. He wasn't just a knee breaker. You know, he wasn't a letdown. He could prove he was worth something. And it shook Apollo. You know, to last all 15 rounds of him was a shock. And the reason I absolutely love Balboa is because Balboa is like, imagine there was no other sequels. It was just Rocky all the way to Balboa. Like, that was it. These were the only two movies that existed. This is perfect. You know, because then it's like so many years later, he's older. He lost his fight to Apollo Creed. And then, you know, to prove that he still can be a tough fighter. I say maybe Rocky and Rocky 2 just to prove he beat Apollo. And then Balboa, like, but that's not in my preference. The reason that these two are best linked together is just because the fact that he trains and he focuses and he puts all of his effort, and even though he loses, he's still standing tall, showing he could do it. To me, that's perfect in storytelling. The good guy shouldn't always fucking win. To make a good movie, the good guy should lose sometimes, you know? That's what makes good movies. The good guy, I mean, this is what the problem is with all the other sequels. The problem with 2, 3, 4, 5 is that you know he's gonna win. Yeah, fair enough, he loses the first fight in number 3 with Clubber Lang. But that's different. That weren't the ending of the movie. You didn't anticipate, oh, he's gonna win again. Because in number 2, he beats Apollo. In number 3, he beats Clubber. In number 4, he beats the Russian. He can't keep winning. And I know that Balboa had to say, it's not, I don't know if it's on here. Yeah, alternate ending where he wins. I watched the one where he won and I hated it. Where he won? Where he won? Where he won. And I hated it. I didn't like the fact that he won in that ending. And I'm glad they chose to go for the ending where he loses. Because these now are the 2 best Rocky movies to exist. To me, it's perfect. To me, these have no faults. These two, you know. The only reason I know the only reason is because I grew up in the 90s with number 5, which is why this was my favorite of all time. But the other reason that number 5 was my favorite is because to me, it kind of made sense. You know, he was this young kid. He was a good fighter. He was just looking up to his hero. He wanted his hero to train him. And then, you know, you get your hero to train you, and then you're just known as Rocky's boy. And it was pissing him off. He wanted to have his own name. He wanted to be his own guy. So when someone came along and says, look, you won't be known as so-and-so's boy. You won't be known as so-and-so's shadow fighter. You'll be known as you. It makes you kind of go, well, I really love and appreciate that person, but I don't want to keep being told, oh yeah, you're that Rocky's fighter, innit? You don't want that. You want to be known as, oh, you're him, you're the guy. And I can understand that. You know, because in the 90s, kids from famous backgrounds, and this was a good point that Rocky Balboa made, but kids in the 90s, growing up, if you were a celebrity's child, but wasn't anything special, it was always, oh, you're so-and-so's son, you're so-and-so's daughter, or you're so-and-so's wife or husband, if you weren't the famous one. And, I mean, fair enough, you're not famous, so you don't expect recognition, but it sucks when someone just keeps saying, oh, how does it feel to have a so-and-so who's so famous in the family? And you're like, we're just a family too, you know. So, I could relate to that story where it's just, oh, you know, so it's not like TV famous. I won't say that, but like my father growing up, he was a famous chef in London. Everyone knew him. Everyone around London knew that man. And whenever they'd see us, they'd go, "Oh, look, it's so and so's family." And it's just like, well, you know, just like everyone else, was just a family. You know, it didn't make a difference. But it was. But yeah, it's just my point, which is why I like that one. But yeah, my favourite Rocky movies, Rocky and Rocky Balboa. I could literally just watch these two back to back and feel completely happy. I could easily skip out the rest and just watch these two. Don't get me wrong, they're actually all really entertaining movies. I love every single one of these movies, and I enjoyed having a back-to-back marathon of them all. But I could watch Rocky, then Rocky Balboa, and feel satisfied with the story without having to watch any of the sequels. I could. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be happy with the fact that I've said that Rocky is now my favourite instead of Rocky 5. But now that I've explained why I like Rocky 5, maybe you guys can learn to appreciate that movie a little bit more. I just heard an invisible no in my head. Anyway, that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and previous videos, don't forget to strike like for future videos. And if you're new to my channel and listening to my videos, click the subscribe button down below. I'd surely appreciate it. Anyway, take care, you wonderful, wonderful people. And I'll see you next time.